Welcome to Midtown Comics. We've got another week full of new comic books, but before we get to all that, our buddy Rich here is going to give us some news updates, and our awesome friend Kareem is going to give us some updates about everything Midtown Comics. I'm talking signings, exclusive covers, everything we've got coming up soon. There are timestamps in the video in the description below for this video if you want to skip ahead, but please stick around, give us a like, and enjoy.
So, Rich here with Mario. We're going to talk a little bit about just some of the happenings going on in comics right now.
A lot of stuff has happened the past week.
So first thing I want to dive into is this Punchline character.
Punchline.
This
Joker's new
Joker's girlfriend. How this guy is able to land the amount of dates he's getting is crazy. But I definitely want to get into the concept of new characters in comics. Just kind of like go over that a little bit because
it seems like new characters are they're not few and far between anymore.
They're not, but there's something about this one, and I don't know if it's because she's dating the Joker, or because she just came out of nowhere, or because it's a Batman related thing. But why does this character garnishing, in your opinion, all this attention? Is this like a real character development, like a Harley Quinn? Does this feel more like just a hype cash grab? What does it feel like to you?
Seems like hype to me. And it seems like the only reason people are interested is because she's being touted as the Joker's new girlfriend, and the Joker's last girlfriend was the ever super popular Harley Quinn. I think that you can't write popularity like that. Harley's popularity came over time, and people really enjoyed her and liked her.
Well, she also didn't debut in a comic either.
This is true.
She debuted in the Bruce Timm animated show and was so popular there that she jumped into the comics after a while.
Yep.
This is the inverse of that. This is the Joker's new girlfriend showing up in just a random issue.
Yeah.
Random issue of Batman.
Yeah, which then became like the hottest issue of the week when nobody really knew what the heck was going on.
Crazy sellouts.
Yep. Between
between that, Hella Risen #3, criminally underordered by every comic company, retailer, and also the hype between the Art Germ cover for Batman 92, which, by the way, if you're watching this, you get a little quick scoop. James Tynion IV will be at Midtown Comics downtown on April 1st. Joke's on you. He'll be down there April 1st for Batman 92 release, day of release.
Awesome. That's what they call synergy.
Yep, synergy. Because we understand the hype here at Midtown.
I'll give any new character a chance.
Right.
We'll see. Time will tell if she becomes as popular as Harley Quinn, but my money's on no.
What's your thoughts outside of that? Because I had some thought about the design of the character. It's really weird because it's like Harley showed up like a Harley Quinn, like a Harlequin. She's showing up more of almost like in this modern, almost like a ninja look to her, almost like a modern punk ninja.
I definitely see some Psylocke in there.
Yeah.
They've given her a very modern look. The all the photos I've seen of her are purple jacket.
Right, purple jacket.
Right.
She's got the gloves with the X's on them.
Yeah.
She's got the makeup and stuff like that.
So is it
like
that
doll.
Are we getting a new character who's the Joker's girlfriend, or are we getting a female Joker?
That's a good question, because that's also like all these rumors of to spin into rumors of the Generation 1, I think they're calling it for DC, or the what was known as 5G.
The next big company mix-up.
Rumors swirl around saying that, hey, we don't know where the main characters are going.
Okay.
We don't know where Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman and all these characters are going. So, in essence, it's like, are we setting up potentially speculation? Is she a Joker replacement?
Yeah, I see where you're going now. So is she less of a Joker's girlfriend and more of a let's test the waters to see if we can kind of pseudo replace this character with this female and totally new character? Very interesting.
Right. Yeah, I mean, DC has been in this weird place for a bit. Dan Didio stepped down.
Other big news from the past week. Yep.
Yeah, nothing really concrete on why that is or anything, but the only thing we heard is that Jim Lee's going to go it alone as publisher.
Yes, I did see that. They weren't going to replace him. They're just going to move Jim Lee up into there.
Right, and they're saying, this 5G thing, if it's not successful, it's going to kill DC Comics.
Look, I don't think anything can actually kill DC Comics.
I don't think so either, because this has lasted through 80 plus years of publishing. A crisis every couple of years that restructures the whole thing.
Yep.
The New 52, Rebirth, just everything that comes out, it's always, this is the end of DC, this is the end of comics.
I will say that in terms of comic books, DC seems to be the company that can completely reinvent itself every few years, but still keep the core of what makes those characters great.
Right.
While also just revamping everything.
Right. And even taking the AT&T factor out of there, it's got Batman.
Yeah.
And Batman's his own market.
Listen, if you talk to little kid Mario, you could have dropped everything DC did except Batman, and I'd still be like, yeah, DC.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Batman and a Superman guy. I love all these DC characters. I was a DC guy growing up for the most part, but with the amount of times over even just our short time on this earth of basically reading comics and stuff, it's always like a threat.
Yeah.
It's always a threat,
Oh, yeah. The comic industry itself crumbling has always been a threat.
Always a threat. But then you look at things like this Punchline character, to bring it back to the beginning of this with DC, it's just, all you need is that one little bit of hype.
That's true.
And you're right back where you were.
That's true. Look, it's a character absolutely nobody knows anything about because she's brand new, and that hype machine went... And then, boom, took off.
Yeah, because you look at Batman 89 that she first cameo debuts in, it's just like...
It's just half a face.
Half a face. No words, no nothing. Hella Risen has the first full appearance. I didn't get to check that one out. I don't know if you did. Kareem, did you check out Hella Risen? See, we
didn't even know.
We were all behind the curve on this one. But yeah, I think as far as the character, I think the hype could be real, provided how they treat this character. Because if there's one thing DC kind of scares me on, and all comics, it's continuity.
That's true.
Continuity is a very terrifying thing.
And DC is definitely the ones that just be like, all right, this continuity's over, new continuity right here.
Right.
So, again, I have all the faith in the world that they'll keep going.
And you had some Disney news.
Yes, the big to take a move away from DC and kind of go into that Marvel world. Disney had a big shakeup where Bob Iger, CEO, is now resigning and stepping down, and Bob Chapek is stepping in there. I really don't think that it means anything different for any of the Marvel stuff going on if he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, if you just leave Kevin Feige alone and just let him do his thing, you're good.
I mean, honestly, I think Disney has been on a very big roll the past few years in terms of Marvel,
10.
Star Wars, Disney Plus,
Pixar.
Pixar I don't really care for the live action stuff, but the live action stuff does very
well. Stop selling me the same movie twice.
Look, I love my original Lion King. I don't need to see it in real life.
Didn't even make it better.
But if the guy knows what he's doing, he's not going to touch any of that, and he's not going to mess with any of that. They have a great system going on.
It does seem very much with Disney that it does seem very it's on cruise control.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's like you just let it live in its space and you're good, And this guy, he was the guy running the Disney parks.
Yes, he was chairman of parks.
I mean, Disney parks are pretty cool. So, I mean,
I had fond memories of Disney World as a child.
When was the last time you were at Disney World?
I think I was 15. So that was 80 years ago.
Man, that really explains a lot of Mario's bitterness. Wow.
I'll be 39 this year. So that was 24 years ago.
We're going to get Mario out of here so he can go to Disney World. And we're going to bring Kareem in and we're going to start
I thought you were
going
to say, so I can go take a nap or something.
Mario's going to take some Geritol.
I need my midday nap.
Go get your Mucilax, and we're going to bring Kareem in and tell us about signings and events.
Wolverine #1, the Midtown exclusive by Gabriel Dell'Otto. Written by Ben Percy and drawn by Adam Kubert. We have a winner. And who's the winner, Rich?
All right, the winner is, I'm going to look off screen, movie magic this, Carlos Juarez.
No.
What?
Juarez.
What did I say?
You said Juarez.
Carlos J. I definitely give Wolverine some stylish hair pomade and some premium aftershave. Oh yeah, the hair stuff. Yeah, I got you. Top it off with a genuine leather jacket. There's just no excuse not to look your best. When you're the best at what you do, even if what you do isn't very nice.
I like that. He throw the the trademark in there.
I don't care for it.
All right, so we got some announcements coming up. We have a bunch of signings. Stop, Rich. We have a bunch of signings coming up. We've got Tom King and Mitch Gerads, the Eisner Award-winning duo, coming the 5th, I believe. And we also have Joe Quesada, the Marvel Man. He's coming the 19th of March. And Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, the Power Duo. That's my favorite. I'm looking forward to that the most. They're coming April 4th. We also got James Tynion, I believe April Fool's Day, April 1st. And who else? Mark Bagley.
April 9th.
April 9th. So a lot of March and April stuff is going to be lit. So also look forward to Will Eisner Week this week. We've got a lot of discounts and sales for you. Women's History Month is all this month. It's 20% off on select graphic novels. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming out. In celebration for our upcoming signing with Tom King and Mitch Gerads, we're giving away Batman number 75. So all you guys have to do is just tell us, is the new character Punchline, is it just a fad or is it going to fade? Is it real? Is the hype real or is it going to fade? So leave a comment below and you get to win.
You might win.
You might win.
Hello, it's Mario here with my 3 favorite books of the week. And I'm going to go 3, 2, 1. So, at the bottom of my list, number 3, I have King of Nowhere. This is a book from Boom Studios by W. Maxwell Prince and Tyler Jenkins. I was lost for most of this book. Dude wakes up, he thinks he's in his own dream. He helps a salmon man as he's getting beat up by a guy with 5 arms. That was interesting. This book does not hold back in what is going on. There's craziness going on at every turn. It's not his dream, he finds out. It's just a weird world where there's giant iguanas, there's half humans, half animal hybrids, and he's got no idea what's going on, and neither do I, and neither will you, but it's an interesting read, so give it a try. All right, now, between number 2 and number 1, this is a hard pick for me. I'm going to go number 2, Strange Academy. This is a new Marvel book from Scotty Young and Humberto Ramos. I didn't have to open it. I knew. I really like this. This is a lot of fun. This is Harry Potter to the max in the Marvel universe. So picture your wizarding teachers are not Dumbledore and Severus Snape, but instead Brother Voodoo and Scarlet Witch, and Loki is here, and Doctor Strange runs the whole school. It's an interesting read. There's a lot of new characters in here. Magic is in abundance in the Marvel Universe, and they need to hone that and train these kids how to use those magical powers. You can't just let a bunch of crazy teenagers run around with magical powers. I mean, one kid brings a dog back to life after being hit by a car. You can't just bring every animal that gets hit by a car back to life, because raccoons will come and haunt you. And number 1, in honor of Tom King, and because I thought this was a great book, Strange Adventures from Tom King and Mitch Gerads. I didn't realize it was a DC Black label, which gives a little more leeway for artists and writers to kind of go crazy with their ideas and their storylines. This was really fun. It's told in a very non-linear style. I'm a big fan of non-linear. There are a couple of different narratives going on in this book, and you never have to go, oh my God, what's going on? I don't remember what I just read. If you're paying attention to what you're reading, you're really going to like this book. I hear a lot of Tom King's voice in this book. I really enjoyed the way that this guy is, not that he has PTSD, but he went through a war, has come back a hero, and is now kind of being framed for something he claims he didn't do. My favorite part in this, a little bit of a spoiler, but he asks Batman to investigate his own accused crime, and Batman's like, no, we're too close. I'll find somebody else to do it. And the guy that does it pops up at the end of the book, and I won't spoil that for you because I thought it was very interesting, and I can't wait to see what happens next. I also can't wait to see Mr. King and Mr. Gerads at Midtown Comics downtown.
Okay, this is Mercy number 1. This is done by an Italian artist and writer. This is basically a gothic horror Victorian swing. A lot of strange stuff happens in this. Some things I don't really understand, and some things I do. This is a number 1, so this is a series premiere. Basically, it's about a town, and there's a series of brutal murders that happens, and this weird lady in a black dress comes into this town, and she has this relationship with this town. You can sense that she's sort of an entity, sort of not an entity. This is not for kids, by the way. This is very mature. Like I said, there's a lot of murder, a lot of sex in it. Didn't really know what to make of this, but didn't really care for this that much. But it was creative, in terms of the art, because the art is very cartoony, and that juxtaposed with the dark kind of themes of the story gave it a real, like, eerie sort of feeling. So this is Marvel #1. This is by Alex Ross. This is basically Alex Ross's dream, almost like his baby, almost. So if you've been following Alex Ross's career, 30 years ago he did something called Marvels, and that was an event book that focused on the corners of the Marvel universe. And this is basically Alex Ross's most closest collaborators, and they're doing sections on the Marvel universe. So, for example, there's a Spider-Man story in a Tim Burton, drawn like a Tim Burton sort of artistic form, and he battles the Rhino, and it focuses on his relationship with Mary Jane. There's a 70s throwback, classic Marvel stuff in there, where the Hulk is sort of this disease and he infects the Avengers. So I thought it was interesting. If you don't like the experimentation, if you don't like the alternate twist on certain characters, it's not for you. But if you do like sort of the multifaceted storytelling, I'd say pick this up. This is Marvel's #1. And lastly, I thought this was the best. Surprisingly, Superman Villains #1. This is by Bendis, Fraction, and a couple of other writers. Basically, we're still dealing with the aftermath of what happened with Clark Kent. Like, he exposed his secret identity to the world. Something about Bendis, he always focuses on the secret identity of superhero characters. And I find that sometimes it works with Marvel characters like Daredevil, and a lot of times with Superman it doesn't work. But he's making the case for this. So the idea of truth, justice in the American way, that's very different in 2020 than it was 30 years ago. So it focuses on a lot of stuff like that. Lex Luthor is having a fit because he can't believe Superman, this guy, this alien he's been hating for years, is just a guy, just a random journalist, a reporter. The Daily Planet is getting bought out by this billionaire, so it's a lot of machinations in this that I thought was really interesting. And those are my picks.
All right, so we covered a wide array of topics. We were able to talk about the Punchline character. We were able to get into some reviews. We were able to tell you about some of the upcoming events coming to Midtown Comics. A lot of good stuff going on.
I'm excited.
I'm very excited too. It's gonna be a good spring. It's gonna be a good summer coming up. A good year for everything
March
right now.
It's gonna be lit.
Yep.
Once again, Mario's pick for the week was Strange Adventures by Tom King and Mitch Gerards. Kareem's pick of the week was Superman Villains by Brian Michael Bendis and Matt Fraction and a wide array of other writers and creators. You can pick up those books at midtowncomics.com. You can come to the store and pick those up, provided that they are still on the shelves. Check out our other videos. Check out our other social media. Follow us at Midtown Comics on all social media platforms. That includes Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, anywhere you can find social media, except for TikTok. Screw TikTok. And yeah, I guess that's it, right? We're out?
We're out.
We're out. We'll see you Thursday.
Woo!